So I am starting my meal prep journey. So come with me as I do my first round of meal prep. We're gonna have salmon, Brussels sprouts, and mashed potatoes. All right, I'm boiling my Brussels sprouts right now just to boil some of the bitterness off of it. And then I just peeled the skin off of my salmon. So I have to pause for a second because I am working. So when I come back, I'll be taking the Brussels sprouts off, drying them. Then I'm gonna season them, coat them with some oil, and then I'm gonna throw them in the air fryer. And then I'm gonna season the salmon, sear it in the skillet, and then put it in the oven. No one told me how tedious it really is to cut off the ends of Brussels sprouts. I was like, my God, it kept slipping and it was moving. I don't know why I didn't expect that. But if you're a real fan of Brussels sprouts, tell me how you make yours. What's your secret ingredient? What do you do to enhance the flavor? All right, so I got them cut up. I'm going in with Tony's, not too much. Danos, my secret ingredient to everything. You know the Trinity: onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper. Of course, you gotta have the black pepper. And then I just mixed it up right here. But then I realized, I was like, I want mine to taste like where is it? Longhorn Steakhouse. So I came in with some sugar. I was like, yeah, this gonna be it right here. This is where it's gonna hit. I didn't do too much, just a light coat. And then I mixed it up, and then from there I went ahead and put it in the air fryer. This my new air fryer that I just got. I couldn't wait to use this bad boy. As soon as I was like, oh, I'm gonna start meal prepping, I was like, let me go get an air fryer. Because what? Man, I love it. So I didn't have no EVOO, as Rachel Rain would say, childhood favorite cook. Anyway, so I just put some canola oil in the skillet. And then I put in my salmon. It was a little too high, my God, but it did what it needed to do. And I just basically did both sides for like 60 seconds, if anything, because my skillet was so high. I couldn't believe I had it so high. That's not like me. I am a seasoned cook, my God. But I just did all of that, and then I put them on a baking sheet. And then after I got done with that, I went ahead and popped them in the oven and just let it do its thing for a little bit. And then, of course, I took it out. So I only recommend putting it in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. Because when I tell you I overcooked, I overcooked. Yeah, these are my brussies. They turned out so well. I love my new air fryer, honey, because it tells me when it's time to flip. So I decided that I wanted to do like a little sauce for my Brussels sprouts, like a glaze, not a sauce. So I just did some butter, and then I seasoned it with the same thing that I season my Brussels sprouts with, except for the sugar. In replace of the sugar, I did some maple syrup. Okay, and don't do too much in the comments. All right, I needed a glaze, so I did maple syrup. So I put it in a microwave. I don't know how long I put it in there, but I put it in there for a good little minute. Let it do what it do. Let's see. How long I put it in? Just like a black person, to hit 30 seconds multiple times instead of putting the time. Anyway, so then I grabbed my brussies, pulled them out. They were nice and toasted. They weren't real burnt. And then I poured them into the bowl, of course. And then the next step, you'll see I grabbed the, child, I can't think. I grabbed that glaze out of that microwave, stirred it up, and then drizzled it on top. Yeah, it was perfect. Yeah, so I was just stirring it up, making sure to get all of the seasonings together and make sure it was all incorporated and it wasn't extra thick. It was actually a good consistency. Oh, and make sure when you're making stuff like a sauce, make sure you taste your food as you go. Don't just be putting stuff on your food. You have to make sure it's right. See, that's how I know if you're a real cook or not. And you taste and go. And then after you get done cooking, if you eat your food, I'm a little suspicious. Because as you're tasting your food, you ain't eating all the food. You're just tasting it. So you shouldn't even be that hungry after you get done cooking. But that's just me. That's just me. So, yeah, that glaze that I made was so good. It's my food. I had to taste it. Yeah. It was pressure, too. It was so good. Let's check on the salmon. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't know what convinced me to open that oven, look at that fish and say it wasn't ready and close it back. But when I tell you I overcooked my salmon and I was pissed. But glory to God. Look at it. Look like tilapia. It don't even look like salmon no more. Anyway, glory to God. It was still good. Still tastes like salmon. It wasn't dry and it did what I needed to do. But man, I don't know what possessed me. So here I'm starting the meal prep. I'm starting to place my Brussels sprouts in there. I realized that I didn't make enough of the Brussels sprouts, but it was good for what I needed, because with the meal prep, you're not trying to overly eat. You're trying to eat healthy. You're trying to eat better, depending on what you're making. Oh, yeah, I made the mashed potatoes off camera. I don't know. Either I didn't have storage space or I forgot. So I plated I placed the mashed potatoes in there. I evenly dispensed that too. And then for my seasonings, I did no salt. So just garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, Dano's. I don't think Dano's is a salt base, but so I may have sprinkled a little bit of that. And then I did paprika, and you know how we are. We just put all of them in there. A little paprika, just a tinge of chili powder, and a tinge of cayenne. And then I put the salmon on there, and then I made another butter sauce, cause that salmon, I overcooked it. It was good, but I overcooked it. So I needed something that when I warmed it up, it gave me what I needed. Y'all, when I tell you it was so good, it didn't feel filling. It felt like I was full, but I didn't overly eat, and it wasn't extra salty. It was just right. And I feel like for my first time doing my meal prep, I did really good. It didn't pack a lot of sodium. Shout out to mom, because she put me on with her seasonings, and it tastes good, and it don't take a lot of salt. So yeah, that was my meal prep. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Grace and peace.